So welcome everyone to another interview here at the Beacon World League. My name is Nuala Lake and joining me for this one is Azox. Azox, delighted to have you here joining us for, first of all this interview and then after that Beacon World League as a whole.
True. Hey, thanks for the invitation. Ready to answer some questions.
Finally ready to get your truth out there, Azox. It's going to be, the world isn't ready. So I think we'll just dive right in. First question that we have for you today is, well, what's your goal for Beacon World League?
Good question. I didn't set it too high, I guess. Of course, my goal is top 4 for prize money. I give it a good effort, I guess, and the seeding went okay. So maybe I can do it, but I might need some luck like on XP Evo to get it, but let's see.
No luck involved there at all, right? I mean, that was pure skill. That was a miracle run that you made through that lower bracket as well.
True.
Yeah, that was super fun to watch. With that in mind, just actually speaking of the seeding, and I'm immediately going off script from the questions I was told I had to ask because I do want to kind of talk about the seeding a little bit more. Your seeding looked a little bit unusual at the end because, like, compared to some of the other guys in the top 5, you very much had one map that you really performed on. You did very, very well on the Roxy map, Perseverance, which, was that expected for you going into seeding?
Not really. I trained a lot. At the end, I think the last 2 days, I trained the Roxy map most, a few hours a day, I guess. And I think that's what made my performance kind of good on that map. I had a bit lack of rounds training on every map. So yeah, I'm happy with the performance on that. But yeah, it was unexpected, I would say.
I'm going to ask then, while we're on the topic of the maps as well, there's 2 new maps, obviously, that were released after seeding for week 1 here. We have Ruby by CLM and we have Miata by Kerberos. What do you think of the new maps then, since they've been released?
Yesterday I played the Clem map for like 2 hours to get used to it and try to set a good time. I think this one is kind of easy to manage or drive Rego on it. You can lose a lot of pace in a lot of turns, but I really like that map. And the Kerberos map I played today for like 1 or 2 hours. For me it was a little bit harder because it's fast and you can lose a lot of time as well there, but both maps are really good in my opinion. I can't really say it because I need to play it more to get used to it really and look how I can drive rounds on it, but for now they are really good.
Yeah, fair enough. It'll be interesting to see how players adapt to them. Obviously we have some idea how players are going to do on the other 3 maps as we get into week 1, but it's going to be a little bit of surprise, and that's I think the fun of having the new maps on day 1 as well. Plus 2 matches on day 1 as well. And speaking of that, your first match, Elcon, Nico and Marsley, and then your second match on day 1, Sam, Megorian and Binks, who qualified 16th out of 16 in Div 1. How are you feeling about both of those matches?
I saw all matches, who was playing against who, and I think I don't have the hardest matches for me. Everyone is fast, and I think if Bings will train more, I heard that he just started like 4 days before seeding with training. He can be really fast, Elcon as well, and the rest of it also. I think everyone can drive good. For me, I think I have to give real hard effort to keep the pace with the other guys, but yeah, let's see how it works.
Look, we do have to bring it up then, Azox, obviously. Your brother also playing here in Div 1. Week 2 is when you'll be facing up against him. Is that a matchup that holds any special significance for you, or are you just trying to treat it like any other match?
I will treat it like any other match. I know his pace and I'm always training with him. I really don't train much alone. And I know his pace. I know he's always faster than me. And still I will treat it like any other match. And I think I even try just a little bit more in my own to beat him at some point.
It'd be
That's
nice.
my goal.
You've done well enough in seeding to maybe give yourself a little bit of hope that that's the chance.
True.
Yeah. We'll hold on and see. Are there any other players then across the rest of the division that you'd really like to beat, or who you're nervous about facing, excited about facing?
Yeah, I didn't think about it in particular, but I trained with Epos as well, and I know that he's really fast as well, and I think he's training a lot too. So I would be really happy to beat him as well, not only because he's seed 1. I think some other people, if they trained more or were more ready, they could have seed 1 as well, beside the TA times. But yeah, I want to beat everyone.
Yep. I mean, that's a fair way. It's probably the only way to go into any competition, right?
Yeah.
Is it would be nice to beat everyone and working towards that. It definitely, I mean, you know, every time I look at the list of Div 1, I get a little bit scared because it is so stacked, right? Like, everyone has a chance.
Yeah.
And I think especially coming out of seeding, there are a lot of players who are going to move up and down that list.
Yeah. And yeah, I think some who are on the list who have a lower seed than me, if they give a little bit more effort, they could be really far better than what they did in seeding. So there will be some players who will level up, of course. I'm really sure.
And with all of that in mind then, I suppose probably the final question here, and maybe the most important one. Who do you think is going to win the division after 5 rounds, after 3 weeks? Who is going to be sitting at the top?
Oh, that's really, really hard to say with that stacked field. It might be... I have like 3 candidates who really are, for me, the favorites to win. It's either Elcon, Barbos, or Epos.
Elcon, Barbos, or Epos, yeah? I mean, I think I wouldn't be surprised if that's the shortlist that we get out of a lot of players if we ask them. Definitely looking to do it. I mean, Epos, obviously, unfair advantage, knows the format, has played in the British Irish Pro Cup before, Pro League before. Deeply unfair.
But for me, it's the first time on Reverse Cup mode as well, which will be played. And yeah, I don't know if it's the difference if you play it. I just saw some matches with that mode, and I'm excited to play there. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Reverse Cup mode. I think it leads to some very exciting matches, especially later in the competition when, you know, people are starting to sort out into places. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. I hope you enjoy it once you do get into it as well. Is there anything else while we have you here that you'd like to add to anyone watching or to anyone at all?
I will wish everyone who's playing good luck, and I'm really excited to play. I hope everyone will watch the matches if they are not playing by themselves, and we will have some great matches, I'm pretty sure.
I think we will as well, and I agree with that sentiment. I hope everyone is watching. I hope that you don't turn away. This is Beacon World League. We'll be back with matches very soon, and we'll see you there.